into the world. Now it's time to see it. Look at your little eyes. Hi. Hello.
Last summer, the OSPCA asked me to foster some neonatal kittens. I had previous experience from when I was 19, so I jumped into the opportunity immediately. Who doesn't want to take on a whole bunch of kittens and have a house full of kittens? So successfully throughout the summer, I was able to foster 20 neonatal kittens, and they all found beautiful, loving homes. At one time, I think it was probably 8 together. So typically I would have 2 different litters. If they were within the same age range, it was great, but sometimes it didn't work out to be that way. So the clocking schedules were kind of crazy, where I'd be getting up every 3 hours and then 2 hours later get up every 5 hours for the older ones. But I think 8 was the max that I had in total, but they always overlapped each other. So as soon as, a couple of them were getting out the door to be adopted, they'd call me and be like, hey, we've got another. It was a really heavy summer for orphaned kittens, and I was pretty lucky to step in and be their mom. Anyone can foster. I think that if you're willing to put your heart on the line and accept that they might be with you forever, they might not, but anyone can foster. And there's the thing that we're trying to create at the OSPCA is an incredible community of fosters that can really help each other. So, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're doing a bottle feed, and one of your kittens isn't feeding, it'd be nice to reach out to other people. So, though that's available to people, and people can do it, and they should have faith in themselves, and more so just to be able to contribute to your community, contribute to animals that are in need. It's just a wholesome feeling, and it's just something that anyone should embrace. And if you can do it, you should. If you can put your heart on the line and know that you have to say goodbye, it is one of the most fulfilling things I've ever personally done. So I really encourage people to do it. I think that if you're going to foster, you need to go in with a solid heart. You need to know that at the end of this beautiful journey, the end result might not be that you get to keep them and watch them and see how they go and see how things go. You will have to give them up, and you have to know in your heart that it's what's best. Having a quiet little area for them where you know that you have the space, and that space is separate from your other space, really does help separate. It's a lot of time dedication, so you're going to need that little break. It's being a mom. It's 100% being a mom. You have to be ready to be a mother. You have to be ready for bottle feeds, but you also have to prepare yourself that sometimes that it's not always successful. Sometimes there's loss, and that's really hard. That can be really hard on people, but they need to also be in a place that everything has its path, and if you're there to help, you can only help as much as you can. So I think emotionally you need to prep yourself, as opposed to going out and buying blankets. Blankets will help for sure, but you got to be emotionally ready to go into it, because you do have to give your all. So that's the only thing I would advise. Read up.